Okay, first activity for the day. We've just driven across the range. Now we're in the desert flat to the lowest point on Earth, the lowest point on Earth museum, and Lot's cave. So Lot was the chap who was supposed to have slept with his daughters. So high on a hill over there is a little cave, and that's where I'm heading. I've told Al to send out a search party if I'm not back in an hour. Well, I wouldn't say I was halfway. I'm actually feeling pretty reasonable. It's that whole thing about engaging the cores, using the quads, using the glute, not looking up. That's always a bonus. So I'm probably only about 5 minutes into it so far. About to come to my first corner. Let's hope it's a short run after that. Look at that view. Just spectacular. So I'm probably about 500 metres up the hill. But what I've noticed is when you look over the fields over there, it kind of does actually look like those representations that you saw in the biblical picture books as a child. Fields with olive trees and divided by paths, and it's just, it has that feel to me like it is from a picture book from one of those when we were at Sunday school. There's a structure just behind me. It's made of stone, and it too kind of looks like something that was in the biblical storybooks, with the little shelter with grass or leaves as the shelter roof. So they've conveniently put a sign at step number about 65 to say that you're standing on one of the main lines of the rift that form the Jordan Valley, and the stones in front of you are formations from a pre-Cambrian era which dates back to 60 million years. So that's a bit impressive. As I say, it's only stair number 65. Let's see what happens when I reach up. So another sign up here says human beings started to settle down in Daya an Abat in the early Bronze period, which is 3,500 BC, during the early Byzantine period, which is 5th and 7th century AD. And the Christians lived in the area and built a church and a monastery around the cave. It's believed that Lot lived in this cave and was his sanctuary after the destruction of the sinful city of Lut, L-U-T, not Lot, L-O-T. It was mentioned in religious texts that the three monolithic religions, Islam, Christianity and Judaism, all settled. Then settlements lasted here until the end of the Abbasid, that's an Islamic period, in the 11th century. I wonder what that word is. Monotheistic. Mono singular, theistic religion. Monotheistic religions. Islam, Christianity and Judaism. Excellent. So the 7 mosaic pavements in this church are basilica with Greek inscriptions. The northern aisle is considered the most important part of the basilica because it's decorated with the mosaics inside the cave until it reaches the frontal region. Constructed in 605 AD, however, the central part, or the nave, was constructed in 619. According to Greek inscriptions found in the mosaics, the oldest mosaic in the site was found outside the western wall, where the chamber of deacons dated back to 572 to 573 AD, constructed by Cosmas. Well, that's Lot's Cave, and it took me not quite 900 metres and about 290 stairs. My pulse rate got to 143.
Workout resumed.
And it's going to say that it's going to...
Workout paused.
The water reservoir. Estimated to hold 880,000 litres of water. There's that little hut I mentioned before. Just looks like something out of the storybooks. And so do those fields.
Paused.
So I've just come down the stairs and I keep mentioning about I don't have very good depth perception, and these wooden things were just absolutely terrifying. Thank God I could do it at my own pace with nobody chastising me and pushing my ass. So going down these compact earth ones and those shale brick ones are going to be no problems at all. So I've just taken a little pause as I'm coming down and see a sign that I didn't see before. It says the Jordan Valley is the lowest point on earth, which is more than 405 metres below sea level. I'm below sea level right at this point. Well, I will be when I get down to the car because I'm up on a hill. It's the principle that counts, the lowest part on earth. So I'm walking down the hill, and I suspect this is about a 1.8 kilometre walk. I'm the only one here until there's two gentlemen in period dress came by. So when the splits came for this walk up the hill, it was a 3.2 kilometres per kilometre split. My training at home, I was a 4.1 predominantly. That was a combination of flat and hills. This one, if it's about 1.8 kilometres, that would have been about 900 metres. 1.8 kilometres, yeah, about 900 metres straight up. And that's including the stairs. The other thing about the stairs, or even coming down, I've always said coming down is harder because you've actually got to really watch where your foot is treading in case some loose stone goes from underneath you. But the other thing with the stairs, that are often made of wood, no handrails, very flimsy, often broken, half a tread, etc. I really have to be vigilant, and because I was able to do it by myself at my own pace, without somebody pushing me and, you know, encouraging and cajoling, you know, you can achieve absolutely anything if you're given time. It wasn't pretty, and if there's a video of that, that would be just very ugly. Because you're coming down on stairs on all fours almost, because it's just so treacherous. But anyway, I'm enjoying my first walk of the day. I don't know what the next half of the day is going to hold.